like a true talk show. Good morning and welcome to
My name is Chet Baker. Okay, hi everyone. This is the Magicka, the stars are left Q&A that we promise we'll do for you.
If we, at any time during this sort of, what it's called, an interview or whatever, say stars are right, we mean stars are left. Just for the record.
Yeah. Okay. So please start off, Johan, by presenting yourselves to whoever, to the guys who don't know you.
Yeah. So I'm Johan Pilestedt, and I'm the creative director of Arrowhead, and also CEO and all those fancy shenanigans, tricks, man, person.
My name is Shams, and I'm the Paradox producer on Magicka, and we work very closely on doing all things Magicka, basically the last year.
Just branding the brand.
Branding the brand, exactly. So we got a bunch of questions from you guys regarding Magicka and the latest expansion, and the idea is that we'll go through these questions. Some are really good, some are really bad.
Yeah.
And
we'll try to answer as many of them as we can, even the bad ones.
So we could just briefly maybe give them an outline of what is the Stars Are Left about. What's the basic story? What's the
the Stars Are Left. We really went all the way with Stars Are Left. So it's set 20 years after the original campaign. That's really something you have to have in an expansion. So the wizards are all are old. Everybody got the beard. And Vlad appears from nowhere, telling the wizard that there's trouble in a village called Outsmouth. There's a lot of rumors going on that something fishy is going down there. So the wizards have to go and investigate, and that's pretty much the premise of the game. Yeah.
How about we turn to the name? I mean, most H.P. Lovecraft fans have picked up on the reference. The expansion is called The Stars Are Left, as opposed to The Stars Are Right,
because that is already
taken.
Yeah,
and that was, I mean, until I think 12 hours before we announced, we kind of missed this fact. Although somebody asked if we play Steve Jackson games, and we play lots of Steve Jackson games.
Last night I actually played Magicka Cthulhu until 1.
Yeah, and we kind of just missed that there is a game called The Stars Are Right, and we, for obvious legal reasons, can't call it The Stars Are Right. So
we had to do something. So what's left besides right is left.
So that's how we ended up with the name. So Sondre Rosten Instances asks, it looks like it's underwater, but I thought it was a well-known fact that wizards can't swim.
Well, they can't, and that proves sort of a problem when facing Chthonians or other Lovecraftian aquatic monsters.
Okay.
Yeah, well, water is an element that we have incorporated quite a lot into the DLC, and wizards are gonna have a hard time trying to avoid water.
PS asks, there's been some new hints about new features included, features much asked by the community, and this is a direct quote from a Steam post, and this is essentially about improved saving system, improved system stability, single player added functionality, and most prominently more campaign material, because that's what people have been asking the loudest about. And this also answers this next question about, is there a new reworked save system?
Yeah, that's pretty spot on. And yes,
Polish Overlord or Polish?
Yeah, is that? We don't know which. We would like to think that it's the Polish Overlord.
Please get in touch with us and clear this out, please, for us.
And if it's the Polish Overlord, please also include your CV.
On a serious note, will there be a bit more in-game depth? What I mean is that will there be puzzles which need to be solved? Think Prince of Persia, not the fourth one. It's an abomination to the series and perhaps more RPG feel than in... Okay. Will there be?
Yeah, there will be. Still, Magicka is an action game. It's about blasting enemies to oblivion, as one would say. But we have tried have tried to implement more puzzle elements into the game because we think that the spell system is fairly suited for it. But when we made the game to begin with, we thought about wizards blasting orcs and goblins and trolls with spells, and that's what we wanted to achieve. So that's the essence.
Michael Wikim asks, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much Cthulhu will be in this expansion?
Well, either it's a 10 or a 1, since Cthulhu here is misspelled. So you decide. Either one could be possible.
Okay. Caleb Wise asks, what new robes will there be?
So there are gonna be 2, but I'm not gonna spoil one of them. One's the investigator wizard, who investigates things. Yeah, and the other one is secret.
Secret. There you go.
A lot of people have been asking about the game time in all of our expansions and DLCs or well, whatever, everything we release. It's always the question about how long will it take for me to complete. Well, if you done the speed run in Magicka and completed it under an hour, which is possible, you can actually complete the original Magicka campaign in less than an hour.
Which I don't know how it's even possible.
Oh, it's crazy. You use minds, and I don't know. We haven't done it as developers, and I don't mean that we're good. If you've seen our playthrough on Total Biscuits channel, you know that we suck. But anyways, the playtime varies a lot depending on which kind of player you are. For us as developers, it takes us probably around 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours, somewhere along that, depending on how ill-balanced the game was at that given playtest.
No. I noticed that for me, the game length of Magicka depends very much on how much I go around and click on stuff and see, examine stuff and see what the backstory is.
If you're going to be reading all the dialogues and finding all the secrets we put into the game, at least 5 hours.
So, the next question is perhaps more for me, but it definitely affects everybody. Matti Törmä asks, do you have any ideas on how many more DLCs and expansion will come after this one? Or will you start a new game? Well, I can say from Paradox perspective is that we'll be making Magicka stuff for a very long time. We will be making at least 2 big expansions every year, just as we have thus far. And in between we'll release smaller DLCs, half of them will be paid, the other half will be free. And this is basically how we release stuff from Magicka. But I mean, we have a great working relationship with Arrowhead, and we'll keep making games for a very long time. And I don't think we'll say more than that.
No. We really want to make games.
From Sondre Rosten Instances again. Will there be more PvP related content? Matchmaking would be awesome.
We're putting out, I hope I don't promise too much now, 2 new PvP maps. No additional PvP content in that sense that we're going to improve the PvP game mechanics in any way, but we're going to be adding more content to the PvP.
I think that's also true for most things Magicka. We've been discussing making more stuff for Vietnam forever.
Yeah.
Since it was released, basically, we wanted to add more
we really
content.
want to, because it's great, but there's only so much time.
Exactly.
And the things that everybody's crying out for the most at the moment is the new campaign content.
Exactly.
That's what we've really been focusing on.
Exactly. Zach Rusk asks, any chance the awesome that is Magicka will come to mobile? Next question. Matt Clow asks, will it be free? Or and the second question is, will the levels be better designed for single player?
So the first one, will it be free? Well, no. It will be paid, but as with all the Magicka DLCs and all the Magicka content, if one of your friends bought it, you can join in and help him in the campaign he's playing. So, yeah, essentially, if you can pitch in
$1.25 each.
$1.25.
Yeah, the stars I left will cost like our bigger expansions $4.99, but as long as the host has got the content, people without the content can join the game.
Yeah. You won't be able to play as the investigator though, but that's one of the things that you have to accept.
What we hate as gamers is when map packs are introduced, which divides the user base. I'm looking at you, Dice, and Infinity Ward.
Yeah.
Love the games, but hate the map packs. Are there improvements coming to the engine or game?
There are improvements in many ways. We've tried to improve the engine as much as possible, even though it's on a pretty much, as most of you have realized, a frail base sort of thing. But we're trying to make it as playable as possible for everyone out there.
Danny Kriegbaum.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what Baum means, but Krieg.
Will you be adding new elemental types or element types?
No.
No.
Not for now. That's as the spell system is such an integral part of the Magicka, game basically. That's things that we have to leave for sequels or whatnot.
Exactly. It's such an integral. If you change or add something, it completely affects everything else in the game.
Yeah, and the development time of adding new elements or removing and balancing things like that is
insane.
Yeah, well, it's too big for an expansion.
Dan Heliar asks, "Will the Stars Are Left be soloable?" That's it.
Well, we sort of answered that, but yes,
Absolutely.
It's gonna be hard though. I have a hard time completing the Stars Are Left.
It's hard.
Yeah, by popular demand though.
Yeah.
But
it's short and hard like a bodybuilding elf. Then we have a couple of questions from the forum and Unicom, which is also from Twitter, I believe. Will we see wizards in space? And if so, can they breathe in vacuum?
Well, this question should be a lot more like, will we see wizard in water? And if so, can they breathe underwater? Maybe? Well, the answer to both is no.
Maybe in a future expansion?
Yeah, maybe.
The Dark Chaplain asks, will there be jokes regarding Cthulhu Saves the World?
We talked to Boyd, and there might. We really like Cthulhu Saves the World, and if we could make something, well, some cross spoofing or whatever.
Cross spoofage is the official.
Cross spoofage.
Yes.
Or as I like to pronounce it, spoof.
Not spoofage.
No, spoof, as a true Viking.
Okay. So this was the Magicka the Stars Are Right. The Magicka the Stars Are Left Q&A, and we'd be happy to answer any more questions you have. We're always on Twitter, on the forums and Facebook, and we're
looking at starting a blog where you can just follow the development of all our games and be able to actually give us direct feedback that we'll be able to respond to.
Because one of the successes for Magicka has been that we've listened very closely to the community, and we've had a pretty good back and forth with you guys. We know what we find it frustrating, we know what you like, and we try to find a good mix in between. And we need your feedback. So I think that we have a lot of fun stuff planned for Magicka in the upcoming 6 months, and you're probably going to be very surprised by a lot of it.
Yeah,
I hope.
The reason why we're doing this expansion once again is because you asked for it. You wanted more campaign content, and we provided. And also we want to do it, but we want to do everything. So it's just a matter of priority, and you guys decide the priority of things.
Exactly. So that's it for now. We're really happy about the support we've gotten thus far, and we hope to please you more in the future. Until next time.
Adios.
Muchachos.